Hi. This is a 15-minute stretch and meditation. So this could work really well after a long day's of work, or maybe right before bed, or anytime that you feel like you just need to decompress and stretch just a little bit. So meet me on your mat. If you don't have a mat and you are doing this at work or just anywhere on the floor, or even maybe in a chair, you can modify a little bit. That's perfectly fine. You don't need any props at all, but if you have a blanket or a bolster or blocks, always feel free to use those to support any needs that you may have. We are going to start in child's pose. So bring your knees wide and your feet together. Sink your hips back over your heels and walk your arms long in front of you. Allow your forehead to rest gently on your mat or maybe a bolster or blanket. Begin to deepen your breath. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth and sigh all of the air out as if your mat was a mirror and you're going to fog up the mirror. We'll do that a few times. So inhale through your nose and exhale audibly to fog up your mirror. We'll do that a couple of times. Begin to walk your arms over to the right side of your mat and stack your left hand on top of your right. So stack your left hand on top of your right, interlace your fingers, pause here while you hold your own hand. Unwind and walk your arms over to the left side of your mat this time and stack your right hand on top of your left. Pause here and breathe and notice what it feels like for you to hold your own hand and support yourself. Unwind, release your hands, bring them back out in front of you, and then press your elbows into your mat. Bring your hands together, so the palms of your hands will be together, and bring them to the back of your neck. Release your hands back down your mat and then press yourself up into tabletop. So tabletop, bring your hands beneath your your hands beneath your shoulders, your knees beneath your hips. Pause here for a couple of breaths. So no need to move. We're just holding a neutral spine, tabletop, and breathe. And now inhale and drop your belly down, lift through the crown of your head and lift your tailbone. And exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone. Inhale, drop your belly for cow. And exhale, round your spine for cat. We'll do that a few more times. Feel free to change the pace of your movement to match your breath. So cow will be an inhale, and cat will be an exhale, moving at your own pace. Whichever round you're on, finish that up. There's no rush at all, and come back to a tabletop. Tabletop, curl your toes under, sit back on your heels. So you're gonna take your sit bones. I'm gonna turn to the side. You don't have to do that. Tuck your toes under, sit your hips on your heels, right? If this doesn't quite feel right to you, and it is a lot of pressure on your toes, we sort of want to get the blood working in your toes. But if this is too much on your knees, you could come to stand or place something in between your sit bones and your heels. So toes pose, inhale, reach your arms up to the sky, breath in. Exhale, arms behind you, clasp your hands behind you and roll your shoulder blades together as you lift your heart. Pause here and breathe. And then release your hands, come back to a tabletop. You can tap your toes out if they're sort of talking to you. Come back to your tabletop. And then inhale, reach your right arm up to the sky. Really spin open with your chest so that it's not just tugging at your arm. This is opening through your chest. Breathe. And then take a big circle here from front to back. So you'll drop your arm to the front and then lift it up in the back, up and over. Let's do that one more time, same direction. And meet me back, opened up. From here, reverse your circle. So drop it down to the back now. Inhale as you lift up through the front. Exhale, drop it down to the back. One more, inhale, lift. And then take your hand to your mat, tabletop. From here, sink back into seed. So seed is a lot like child's pose, but you'll bring your feet and your knees together this time. So seed pose. Pause here and breathe. Press yourself up to tabletop. And we'll do the same thing other side. So inhale, really spin your heart open as you reach your left arm up to the sky. Breathe here. Expand across your chest. And then start to take a circle. So drop your arm down through the front. Inhale, lift your arm up to the back. Exhale, drop your arm down to the front. And inhale, lift it up in the back. Pause here as it's lifted. And then we'll reverse the direction of our circle. So exhale your arm down to the back this time. Inhale your arm up through the front. One more time, big circle with your arm. And then take your hand back down, tabletop. This time, kind of twist out your spine. Take your head from one side to the other. And then walk your legs through your arms, come to sit on your mat. So we're gonna come to sit in butterfly or Baddha Konasana. So bring your feet together, knees wide. This is a place that you could put blocks or pillows or blankets underneath your knees for support. Take your hands to your feet and hinge forward. Use your breath to create space here. Slowly come to sit back up. Take your legs long from here, legs long, and then give them a little shake. Bend one knee and then the other, shake them out, roll them from side to side, wiggle them out. And then put a little bit of a bend in your knees. So maybe bring your heels back toward your body just a little bit. Put a bend in your knees. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. And then exhale, hinge forward. So reach for your feet or your shins, but keep a bend in your knees here. So maybe a little different than we traditionally do it. And again, use your breath to create space. So with each breath that you take, see if you can soften around any tension that you might be holding on to. Release your feet. Come to bring your legs crisscrossed into Sukhasana, easy pose. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Breath in, find length through your spine. On your exhale, take a twist to your right. So use your right hand as a kickstand. Your left hand will come to your right thigh. Just twist. Come through center. Same thing, other side. Inhale, reach to the sky. And exhale, take a twist to the left. Come through center. And then one more time. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Big breath in. On your exhale, take your hands together at your heart. Press your palms together. Sit up tall and straight. You have the option here to close your eyes, to soften your gaze. Release your hands down to your knees. Keep your palms up. Palms face the sky. Keep your palms open for receiving. Breathe. And draw your attention to your breath. Now see if you can make your exhale longer than your inhale. So if you breathe in to the count of 6, you could breathe out to the count of 8. And that's just an example. You may use a different count. See if you can take your breath out, your exhale, longer than your breath in, your inhale. Again, notice. Bring your attention to your breath. If it begins to wander, that's okay. Just bring it back to your breath. Notice if you can take your exhale just slightly longer than your inhale. And now bring your awareness back to your body. Notice your sit bones on the floor or your cushion or your chair. Really root down through your sits bones. Feel the energy rise up through your body. Start to blink open your eyes. Take a deep breath here with your eyes open. As you are coming back to awareness, to being alert. Bring your hands back together to your heart. And from your heart to your third eye. Thank you for joining this practice with me. I'll see you next time.